Some other big boy companies are getting into the electric car game, and some already have a few models. Some are ready to launch in just a year or two. And today, we are here to talk about the first 100% electric SUV that Porsche will sell, the new 2022 Porsche Macan. But the new upcoming Macan is not the first electric car ever to come out of Stuttgart. We got the Porsche Taycan in 2019, and that was a groundbreaking achievement. The first ever big brand and big company to take a direct shot at Tesla buyers. I bet even Elon Musk himself flinched a little bit. They launched with multiple ranges and power figures. You got the normal Taycan with only rear-wheel drive, 402 electric ponies, and a 225-mile range. Then we got the Taycan 4S that is all-wheel drive and with 522 horsepower, and it does 0 to 60 in just 3.8 seconds. I know that's already pretty freaking fast, but wait, there's more. They also got the Porsche Taycan Turbo. Yeah, you heard me right, turbo in an electric car. Apparently for Porsche, turbo doesn't mean turbo anymore. The Taycan Turbo is a beast, with a 0 to 60 in just 3 seconds flat and a whopping 670 horsepower. We are getting to some supercar destroyer levels. But if you know Porsche, you already know that Porsche goes way beyond the great car. They make the best of the best. And they did the Porsche Taycan Turbo S. That S might be for freaking super speed because that is what you will feel with 750 horsepower and a 0 to 60 in just 2.6 seconds. I can even imagine what the speed of that car feels like. Instant torque and all of those ponies. I bet it literally feels like a spaceship. Of course, these power figures and such are really important, but for a Porsche, you need a little more than that, like comfort and how it drives. And of course, it wouldn't be a Porsche without being expensive and luxurious. And boy, don't you worry, because the Taycan ain't cheap. If you're a trust fund kind of kid from Connecticut, don't you worry, because the plebs won't be able to afford one of these like they can afford a Tesla Model 3. The Taycan is priced from $80,000 all the way up to $185,000. But if you ask me, I say it's worth it because this is a true Porsche. Some people describe it like driving a 911, and I bet that is true because the Taycan is really freaking quick around the track. For example, Taycan Turbo S took the EV lap record at Road Atlanta. You guys may ask why I think Porsche and the Volkswagen Group can be the real Tesla killers. They may not be the 100% electric car company, but they have been doing this for a long time. And with that comes a lot of old buyers that already trust the brand. Porsche was able to make a really fast, luxurious, and really well-handling electric vehicle, and that is just the start. Porsche released a new variant for the Taycan Cross Turismo, and boy does that look good. Think like Audi Allroad, but in a Taycan. They basically took every model of the Taycan from the standard one all the way to the Taycan Turbo S. And raised the suspension, made the ride a little bit smoother, and added some plastic wheel arches and side skirts. Why did they ruin a perfectly good car, you might ask? Well, because it can go really fast and really silent on a freaking fire road. Kinda like a freaking rally car, but this is a freaking Porsche wagon-like thingy. If you don't think that's cool, I don't know what to tell you. Maybe you like the Honda Civics and Soccer Mom minivans, and I won't judge, but dude, this car is a freaking beast. Because you get that exact same power figures from 402 horsepower all the way to those 750 instant ponies. To be honest with you guys, I think I'm becoming a Porsche fanboy. But can you guys blame me? Look at the history of the company, and most importantly, look at the cars they are making right now. The Porsche 911 Turbo S is the second fastest production vehicle from 0 to 60 with a whopping 2.2 seconds. 2.2 seconds. Do you know how fast that is? They made the Taycan, their first shot into the electric vehicle world, and man did they get that right. Now, they made the crossover Taycan that is better and has a little bit more body roll so you can easily turn in on a gravel road and just a little bit of left foot braking. Yeah, just like a rally car, and you guys know I'm a rally fanboy. I would take anything all-wheel drive and slide around in the gravel, and that's what driving is all about. In the Taycan Cross Turismo Turbo S, I know that's a mouthful, Porsche has completely overspecified the brakes. Their carbon ceramics and the front discs are 420 mil and the rears are 410, and they're grabbed by 10 piston calipers. And I mean, they are phenomenally powerful. And the irony is that in normal driving, despite Porsche not believing in one-pedal systems, You can actually use just the regen system to slow down the car. This car is really important for Porsche because they showed that they can make an electric sedan. With the Taycan Cross Turismo, they are also showing us that they can make a really good crossover with some really good backroad capabilities. And you may ask why that is so important for Porsche. Well, because they are taking baby steps, and they are being really smart about using an existing platform and making it so you can use it on fire roads and a little bit more rough terrain. And of course, making the car more expensive and getting more money. Easy. Not all of us can afford this type of car. Some of you may even prefer to have a Miata and convert it to off-road and even do the Baja 1000. But Porsche is being really smart because with all this information and more money, they are taking this technique to the SUV world. And we all know that's where the money is. SUVs sell like hotcakes. And if the Volkswagen Group knew that, they'd sell them like they are selling fish to a starving polar bear. If you want to learn more about SUVs and the Lamborghini Urus in particular, feel free to browse through our channel. We already got a video talking about the 2022 Urus. Now Porsche will bring us their first full electric sports utility vehicle, the 2022 Porsche Macan. And guess how we got to first see the new Macan? Nope, not spy shots. We got those. But they weren't the first. Porsche unintentionally released an image of the upcoming Macan EV, giving us our best indication yet of the new car's styling with a clay model. I actually bet they did it intentionally. They're like robots. They don't let anything go through. Even the Terminator is scared of Porsche's engineers. This clay model provides a really good indication of how the pure electric Macan will look. Unlike the current model, the second generation SUV will feature a smoother front bumper and slim headlamps. We can easily see the Taycan's influence on the future Macan. It's like a taller, chubbier, younger brother of the Taycan. Something that many weren't expecting is that the two car generations will both be sold alongside each other for some time, offering buyers the choice of a 4 or 6 cylinder petrol engine in the old car and the all-new pure electric. And of course, Porsche's designers have put a few design differences between the first and second generation Macans. The second generation Macan will be the first Volkswagen Group car based on the firm's new premium platform electric underpinnings. It's best described as an all-electric counterpart to the current Macan's MLB platform, which is destined for larger and taller cars than MEB platform. Basically, they use this so they can take the same underpinnings from one car and use it in another one, just like the Urus and the RSQ8 have in common, for example. Specs are limited, but we know that the Macan will share the same charging and battery capabilities than the Taycan, and this says the Macan will have an equally long range, and since it has extra space under the SUV's floor for batteries, they can easily get a variant with more than 300 miles of range. Just like the Taycan, we will probably see a rear-wheel drive with only one motor at the back, and the rest will be four-wheel drive. Of course, we will see different power outputs depending on the variant, but maybe not as high as the Taycan's Turbo S750 big ponies, but we will have to wait and see. Imagine a little SUV like the Macan with 750 horsepower. Since its introduction in 2014, the Macan has been a huge success for Porsche. The company shifted almost 100,000 examples worldwide last year alone, and making it full electric will drive even more and more sales. People love electric cars, but you know what people love even more? Electric SUVs. One of Porsche's executive boards has stated that it's Porsche's obligation to make sporty electric options for the consumer. And boy, do they know how to make them. I'm just a little scared because it is very hard to keep that Porsche driving DNA in an SUV and even harder in a super heavy electric SUV. But me being a fanboy, I could only think that they will be able to make it work. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I bet we will all love the new Macan. Thank you so much for watching and smash that like and subscribe button. See ya.